The house sits in the middle of Webster Groves, Missouri. Plant Street, 1926, if you want to be exact. It's known for a lot of things. A giant tree planted dead center in the front yard, 3 levels, and being haunted. That part depends on who you ask. Act 1. The Lore. Some people swear they see a woman in the window, a dark silhouette that stands there too long. Others talk about an animal in the backyard, a small dog maybe, scratching, whining, never seen. And everyone agrees on one thing: it's always cold near that house. Not inside it, never inside. But the minute you step onto the property, it's like walking into an igloo, a cold that seeps into your bones, like it knows you're there. That's why the kids in Webster Groves all knew the same rule. You don't go to the house on Plant Street, because if you stand there too long, the cold will run through your veins, and you'll have nightmares you won't recover from. Act 2. The Andersons. The Andersons didn't know any of this. They moved in from Michigan, Joe and Diane, successful, put-together people. Their son Terry was 17, summer before college, full-ride scholarship for music. Moving to St. Louis cut the drive to Nashville in half. A 3-level house in a wooded suburb, almost too good to be true. Joe never forgot the first time Terry said it. "Man, look at that house across the street." 1926 Plant Street. It loomed. Not taller than the others, but heavier, like it pressed down on the block. Joe felt something dark and looked away too quickly. Act 3. The Signs. Diane noticed it too. She came home one evening and saw a silhouette walking into the house across the street. Another shadow stood on the porch, waiting. She waved. The shadow turned and looked at her. A cold chill ran down her spine. Then it was gone. One night, Terry was on FaceTime with a friend. His friend said, "What's going on in that house across the street? Looks like somebody's fighting." Terry looked out the window. Nothing. But when he checked the recording, the light was on. 2 shadows, one smaller, one bigger. The bigger shadow took the woman down. His friend messaged him, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." Terry left for college days later, buried it. Act 4. Joe. Joe didn't bury it. One night, Diane was out. Joe stepped outside and saw the lights at 1926. Blinking, violent, erratic. Then he saw her. A shadow, about 5 feet 11 inches, long dark hair. She mouthed something. "Help me." She screamed it, but no sound came out. A larger shadow emerged behind her, tall, muscular. It grabbed her. Joe ran across the street. The door was unlocked. Inside, static, muffled screaming, cold. He followed it upstairs, opened the bedroom door. Nothing. Then the cold hit. The shadow rose behind him and pulled him into the dark. Act 5. Diane. Diane came home 40 minutes later, trunk open, supplies scattered. Her phone rang. Terry. "Mom, there's something wrong with that house. People who live there disappear, and the people across the street too." She laughed it off. Then she heard it. "Help me." Joe's voice. She ran upstairs and looked out the window. 3 shadows. A woman, a man, and one in between, Joe's size. They waited, and then they took him. The house went dark. Her phone buzzed again. She ignored it. The door across the street was unlocked. The lights flickered, and they were all looking down at her, waiting. That's just what happens when you stand too long in front of the house on Plant Street. Scary Tales from the County. Subscribe for more.